Hey guys, this is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring you the One Piece Film Red teaser trailer 2 breakdown. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for like the last couple of months, you know that there's a new One Piece movie up and coming and it's called One Piece Film Red. And up until now, there hasn't been anything, at least in my opinion, of substance worth talking about. Even this teaser trailer, it doesn't really give us much. We still don't know the plot or the synopsis, whichever way you want to call it. But this is the first thing that I feel like that's come out for this movie of substance worth talking about. So that's why I've been holding off up until now. But with this teaser trailer here, I'm going to be breaking it down for the majority of this video, but based on the other stuff that we've got previously, I'm just going to be talking about what I feel like this movie is going to deliver and basically how I feel about it. So let's begin. So the teaser trailer now comes in pretty hot. It comes in pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. And that is a line delivered to us by Shanks where he's basically calling Utah his daughter. And now this is split between basically two kind of clips. And now the first clip, I feel like that's close to the time when they are meeting for the first time, gathering their relationship, that father-daughter relationship. And the second clip is one of Shanks, and this is where I feel like he's actually delivering this line, just, no matter how far apart you are my daughter. That was the basis of the line. And you see Utah in the arms of someone crying, and I feel like the person that was holding her back is Utah's mum. No face, no kind of features were shown whatsoever, so that could be next to anybody. But I feel like Shanks has got this father-daughter relationship with Utah because daddy's not around, so the next person I thought of should be the mum. Should be the mum that's present. But when it comes to that whole daughter line, I feel like it's not blood relation. I think I made that clear from what I was saying just previously, but I don't think it's blood relation. I think it's a kind of a adopted kind of vibe there, just like they grew close to each other, and that's the kind of the role they adopted. I'm not against Shanks having a legit blood daughter, but I don't think that'll be the case because similar to how when Goldie Roger, put Ace in, I forgot her name, but she was a D as well. But you know who I'm talking about. The Marines are all over that, trying to get to her before Ace was born, so they can. So I feel like a similar scenario would fall for Shanks if that was the case, but Utah seems to be up and running fairly well and healthy. Doesn't we could find out that later down the line that blood related and similar thing to Ace happened, but for now I'm pretty damn certain it's not going to be blood relation. So as we move on within the trailer, we have this moment where we see Utah and what it seems like to be a sword, just like I'm going to be showing the clip, but so you know what I'm talking about, but it's there. And for me personally, as you go on within the trailer, you learn that Utah the trailer says diva, but diva, idol, musician, artist, whatever she is famous. And when it comes to famous people, especially females, they are really protected. They are always with a security member, even if, for example, they might be in a room by themselves, but they have security, if not in the room with them, outside the very door. They don't get much privacy. So this is what I feel like Utah's life is going to be like. And similar to like if you're a queen or just in other forms of media, when this happens, there usually is a bit in the movie or the play or the whatever, or the book, whatever, where this person, this individual sneaks out to get a little bit of freedom. And this is what I think Utah will do at some point within this movie. And this will lead to what we see at this part of the trailer. So what I thought that will happen here is that she will get away and she will bump into some pirates. And these pirates will recognize her, realize that she's famous, and therefore come to think to themselves, if we hold her for ransom, we could clean up pretty well damn easy. And that's what I feel like is going to happen there. So after that, we get the narration of Utah greatest diva. I feel like that this translation is off. So diva, idol is a very popular term that's used within what I've noticed in anime. It's always idol that's used. So I feel like that's what they're gonna go for. So idol, musician, singer, that kind of vibe. That's what I feel like Yuta is. So we get that through narration, and then straight after that we have Luffy screaming, and then we go into like what I feel like is something that is taken out of the final act, where we see Luffy in Gear 3 attacking somebody. Straight after he goes into Lander's attack, we flip back to another showing of Yuta and the sword lingering. So again, that's a misdirect. I feel like this trailer does kind of portray Yuta as the villain of the movie, but I don't feel like that's the case. But the scene of Luffy, the first scene we see of Luffy and the Yuta, I don't think they're connected at all. I think those are from two different parts of the movie. So moving on, that's after that we then see Yuta idling, as I call it. We see her perform. We just see her. I think it was on stage as well. We see her idling. Not very much to talk about there. But after that, we get a shot of both Luffy and Yuta. And now I feel like that this is not their first meeting, but sometime after it, because I feel like I said previously, Yuta's going to run into some pirates who are going to try to capture her. Luffy's going to end up saving her, and Yuta will be willing to trust Luffy because she will recognize the straw hat, which is present in the two scenes that I mentioned earlier, when I feel like they're meeting and saying bye to each other for the first and final time. So she'll recognize the hat, and that will be part of the reason why she trusts Luffy and is able to go off with him. But yeah, like I said previously, this shot that we see Luffy and Yuta, I feel like it happens not straight as they meet, but soon after they meet. The next part of the trailer is what I call the blink and you miss it, because I feel like these parts are what you would miss or just not recognize or remember from the trailer. So the first thing is this dude. I'm going to be showing him obviously, but I feel like that this dude is Yuta's manager. Obviously, Yuta is an idol. Idols have managers, and I feel like that this is Yuta's manager. And I also feel like that this is the true villain of the movie. I feel like I said previously, the trailer does spends a lot of time trying to mislead us into thinking that Yuta is the villain. Don't think that's the case at all. I think Yuta's intentions, whatever she is trying to do, is true or humble, or no, not humble, genuine. I don't think that's the word either. But she has good intentions. There we go. Getting there. She has good intentions, and I feel like her manager, if this is a manager, he has the evil intentions, and he's trying to manipulate her into doing his bidding via her thinking she's doing her bidding, kind of thing. So after that, we see Akanu. He's mad, crushes cigarettes, okay, whatever. And then after that, to my surprise, we see Law. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Law's in this movie, wasn't expecting it. Will we get the other members of the West Generation there as well, similar to Stampede? I don't know. It is what it is. What wasn't too much of a surprise to me though is when we see Beppo, and he seems to be a Utah fanboy, and I'm just assuming that from the way he's dressed, but that is what it is there. After that, we get Kobe and his boy, and from what I gathered from this little bit of the trailer, I feel like the Marines have infiltrated wherever the main plot of this movie is going to take place, and they're just working behind the scenes there. That's why we have Kobe and Kobe and his boy there. Would this lead to us seeing a bit more of what Kobe can do? Because I feel like that's what the fandom kind of wants. I don't know, but we'll see. And then after that, we see Barto. If you know me, you know I'm not a big fan of the Grand Fleet, so I'm not really fussed if they are in the movie or not, but Barto will be there. Will we get the other members of the Grand Fleet? Possibly. Do I care? Hell no. But Barto is in this trailer. He seems to be a bit of a Utah fanboy himself, but we all know at the end of the damn day, his biggest fandom is to the Monkey D. Luffy. So that is what it is there. So after that, we get a shot of Utah in pain, at least seemingly in pain in my eyes. Nothing much more to say to that about that. But I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, as all of this is being said, as the blink and miss moments that I just mentioned are being said, it is all over. Luffy shouting that if Yuta does this, whatever this is, we don't know what this is yet, then Shanks won't keep quiet about it. Again, a misdirect, because I feel like the way that this was cut, even though I feel like they are both in the same place, both in the same location, it makes it seem like Luffy was saying this to Utah, with Utah crying in response. I do not feel like that's the case. I feel like Luffy is saying this to somebody else and Utah is crying for another said reason. Because I think it's after that where we see Utah crying, and then we see something fly up towards, I think it's musical notes to go with the theme of the movie, but feel like the musical notes are going up, and like I said, I feel like this whole big trailer sorry, is a misdirect for us to feel that Utah is the villain when she's not the villain. But after that, in the trailer we get kind of two scenes, one of the sky, if I'm remembering correctly, and then one of Shanks, with Shanks closing off the trailer with him saying to Utah, there is no peace and equality in this world. And then the last thing I want to say about the trailer was that I love the score that was playing throughout. I love that. I loved it. That needs to be all over the other trailers and in the movie itself. I loved it. I loved it. So that's the last thing I got to say about the trailer. So my afterthoughts, is I believe that Utah wants to bring peace and equality to the world through her songs, so she became an idol. Her manager is the true villain of the movie, and unfortunately, I think Shanks' major involvement in this movie will only be via flashback. So us flashing back to when Utah met her, us flashing back to when Utah had to say goodbye, and probably there'll be other moments within there as well. I honestly do not think, unfortunately, Shanks will be in this movie. At the very least, he will get a small cameo at the end. And he might not even get that, because I honestly feel like that maybe it'll be a thing where he was present for the whole time, so he saw the whole villain attack and Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates and whoever else helps out deal with the threat at hand, and then at the end we see him maybe talking to Lucky, saying, do you want to go see Luffy? And then Shanks says it's not time yet, and then they go off. That's probably the highest expectations of the cameo that I think Shanks would get. But I feel like they'll do us even more dirty than just have a member of Shanks' crew be present. Rockstar. Remember Rockstar? I could see that being a thing where Rockstar, they wouldn't even give us a good member. They wouldn't even give us Ben Beckman or Lucky Roo. They'd give us Rockstar, someone that we know. And then we'll just have Rockstar be present at the island this takes place on. And then we see him whip out a Denden Mushi, call his captain and like, yo cap, everything's good here. And then they'll flip over to see Shanks' response, and Shanks will be sitting there. We might not even see him, but he'll be sitting there, silhouette at most. And then he will reply, whatever he replies. And that'll be the most we see of Shanks within this movie. So those are my thoughts. My thoughts are kind of supported by the fact that how when the first teaser trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, I want this to be a Shanks crew only movie. No Straw Hats. That is what I wanted. That is what a lot of people wanted. That's what I wanted. So really and truly, this movie, the first teaser trailer for this movie set up a lot of hype, at least for me. And because I now know it's not a Shanks crew movie, it's going down. It's going down. And you know this because there have been character designs that have been showcased for the Straw Hat members, so you know what they're going to look like during at least some part of the movie. But in all honesty, I get it. This One Piece is Luffy's story, but we could have sidelined Luffy for this movie. In all honesty, we could have had the movie focus on the red-haired pirates, and I'd have loved it. And then let Luffy and the Straw Hats get a little cameo at the end. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, that is everything I have got to say for right now about One Piece Film Red. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.